Okay, as we mentioned, we did talk about Villages of Valeria last week. Daily Magic Games thanked us for showing it off and congratulated Wateropolis, the new capital of Valeria. So if you haven't seen that playback, check it out. Rico Cordova, one man who did see that playback, and he reacted to what we were talking about, which you also brought up on this show, the mechanic of following other people in their actions. And he bemoaned the fact that we failed to mention Puerto Rico because we haven't played Puerto Rico. That's one of our games of shame that we have had a copy of for at least 2 years.
We opened it up once, and then we decided it was too long to learn or something until...
One of our friends, Garrett, knows how to play it, he's offered to teach it. We just have not gotten to it. So we apologize, but apparently that is yet another game that has that similar mechanic, probably one of the earlier ones.
So we'll probably like it, because as we said, we think that's a very good mechanic to have into a game.
Yeah, he's a fan as well. He also said Roll for the Galaxy and Tiny Epic Kingdoms are two others that he likes with that mechanic. Raphaelis13 had some thoughts on Cards Against Humanity and their shenanigans.
Potato?
Their shenaniganity. Says, I don't see their weird antics as connected to the humor style of the game or its fans. Everything is weirdly detached, direct, and subdued. More than random, their performances have been consistently anti-something. Consumerism, perhaps? So, I don't know, interesting
Well, I think
thoughts.
that actually is true.
Yeah.
But I think that I have a feeling the fans who like that are probably in those sort of camps. Like
maybe they're also the tier of fans that don't understand these subtleties like we didn't.
Some do, yeah. Though I have to admit, sometimes it's a little hard not to be in the camps. Like when they did the anti-Trump one, I bet that would,
Yeah, no, I agree. I think anti-consumerism is probably along the right track of what you want to call it. They're definitely,
at least for that one.
Yeah, they're definitely mocking a little bit of the consumer culture. I mean, the commercial too was doing that, I think. So that's food for thought, potatoes for thought, and
potato or potato.
Yes. Finally, Dr. Nick 247247, you know him.
Okay.
Had a very interesting thing to mention. So almost a year ago now, we talked about Protos Games and their Alien vs. Predator Kickstarter, and there was some controversy related to their communicating with people and not delivering on some of their promises. Well, here we are, much later. Dr. Nick wanted to know if there's any chance of a follow-up video on the current state of the Kickstarter. Here it is. Because Protos have just announced the second edition of the game. I don't know if you've heard about this.
I did. In fact, I sent it to Neil because the box is different.
Yes, so among other things, redesigned miniatures, new artwork, improved rule set, a new cooperative mode, and the box as normal size, not a weird size, a normal square box.
Yeah.
And this in spite of the fact there are some backers who still haven't received everything from the first Kickstarter, and if you go on Board Game Geek's forums, they made an announcement of the new edition, and it's people just saying like, hey, I didn't even get my stuff, and you're announcing a better version of the thing I paid for? It feels a little snaky to me.
Well, for me, also, one of the things, because it's new miniatures, and the problem is, I mean, if you've seen them, we saw the little packs of different ones. I'm like, so are those still Alien Warriors, or
I don't know.
A new class? Like, and how do I know? Do I need to make sure? Like,
I mean, I'm sure those things will still be compatible because at the end of the day, you just have to know what looks
I
the
know,
same.
but still, part of me is still like, there's got to be some. I need a really good rule card or something.
Is there going to be like a conversion kit or something? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bummer, especially, and because I look at this new version and I'm like, it looks awesome. It's kind of sucks that they spent all this time. It almost feels like if you bought that original version, especially if you're a backer, I mean, I would feel pretty ripped off. That it's not even.
Well, I mean, even excluding the obvious anger of not receiving your thing in the first place, when you really make a second edition, you better be willing to. I feel like, and most games do. Like Mansion Madness did this. It literally comes in a conversion kit, or they also have if you didn't buy the old ones, you can get all the miniatures in those suppressed memory pack or the other Like I had all of this stuff from the original Mansion Madness, so when I got the new one, I didn't feel like all that money was wasted. You know, I still had I just picked up all the tiles and miniatures and put it in.
Right. It's also the new set. You can pre-order it now, and the
Yeah, I don't think it's actually a Kickstarter, isn't it? Just
no,
pre-order?
just on their site. The MSRP, because they were like, no one would back us. The MSRP is $60. Wasn't the original one like 90? So that's interesting. Maybe just because
More or
over
less
time.
miniatures, maybe?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it was just because the box was so expensive to make.
That's what it all was. All the money went into that weird box. Well, I mean, it's something. I mean, you may be excited for that if you didn't back the other one, but I hate to.
No, Neil has the.
I know.
I sent it to him. I sent the link to him for it.
I hate to be such a downer, but honestly, I would recommend you don't back their future products because until they come out, they haven't even addressed this stuff. You know, it's kind of rough, but the game still looks pretty cool. So I don't know.
No, I mean, considering, in particular, I could think of, I'm not going to mention names right now because it's a whole other, 2 Kickstarters that did not end well in terms of, for me. The creator for one, or not the creator, the person who took over, did apologize and start, talking a lot. And the other one, while there was a break for a long time, finally came out and said why he was having so much trouble, and at least said, "I'm going to try to now." But as far as I know, Protos hasn't said anything. And the 2 I mentioned aren't done by big companies. They were
right.
2 people.
Yeah.
So the difference is I feel like they could do that. If you have enough time and money to make a new edition, you have enough time to contact and tell your people what's going on.
Put out a press release, or better yet, just send them the stuff they paid you for. I don't know. If you enjoyed this video, it was just a snippet of our full-length podcast, which you can find on our YouTube channel every week. So please go ahead, like, and subscribe for more board game-related content coming at you in the future.
And don't forget to check out rollforcrit.com, where we actually sell a lot of the games we talked about, as well as post news and all our other videos. Until then, I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this is Roll for Crit.